So we are back with the S3 demonstration as promised earlier. In this specific one, we are going to learn about S3 bucket. In this specific one, we are going to create an object. We are going to create a bucket. We are going to store an object, and we are going to observe the behavior of that specific object, right? So for that, just go on search bar and search for S3. Okay, I'll mark it as star so that I can access it through the favorite section. So this is the interface of Amazon S3, and I'll just click on create bucket to create a bucket. Now, yeah, let us name the bucket. Okay, so let me write my name itself. Okay, and here you are getting the option for object ownership. We are going to keep the object ownership as default, that is ACL disabled, which is recommended. Then the next thing that we are getting is to block the public access. So if you disable this option, then you will be able to access the object. However, you need to enable the bucket policies, you need to generate the policies. Let us go with the default option because we are going to, however, disable this thing. Let us see the demonstration where how we can access the object through it, right? Bucket versioning is basically the snapshot. As I mentioned earlier, you can keep the track of previous state of the current object. Okay, and default encryption, let us keep server side encryption SSES3 as default, and bucket key should be enabled, and let us straightforward create the bucket. Now, as you can see, we have gotten pop-up message where the toaster is saying that the the bucket has been created. Now, the region here, what I have selected is US East, Ohio, US East 2, right? And then I'll just click on the bucket name, and here is our bucket, right? Now let us upload an image file and see the behavior of it, right? So click on upload, click on add file, and here I'll upload the CK file, okay? And then I'll click on upload. This is a normal uploadation that we actually do, right? And as you can see, upload has been done. I just click on Sakai JP file. Now, the main thing that we need to observe is the private URL and the public URL. So if you click on this open, you can see you are getting the image being displayed. All right, and this image is been hosted in Amazon S3. Now if you see and if you observe it carefully, you can see the URL. Basically it is the bucket name followed by the service name followed by the region name US East 2, and then Amazon AWS.com, and then the image file name. Now, what is this remaining thing? This is the encryption done by AWS. However, if you are going to try, if you want someone to access this file, they won't be able to access this, right? Because this is the encrypted one, and it's not a good practice to share this specific URL with anyone, right? Now, let us close this image, and then I'll just copy this object URL, right? When I copy this public URL and paste over my browser, what I am getting is it is showing me that access denied. We are not able to access the file, right? And here, if you notice, the URL is very simpler. That is bucket name, service name, region, Amazon.com, followed by the file name, right? But why we are not able to access it? Yeah, I remember that we have blocked the public access. All right. All right. So what we'll do, we'll just go back. Okay. We go back to the bucket. We go to permissions, and here you can see block all public access is disabled. All right, let's edit it, and I'll just uncheck this and click on save changes, and I'll just confirm and click on confirm. All right, now you can see block all public access is being enabled. Now, will I be able to access the object? Now I'll just refresh it. Now you can see that we are not able to access the object till now. Why? Because we haven't generated the policy. We haven't told him explicitly what actually we need to do, right? So for that, we are going to generate the policy. For that, click on edit. And then here we have two options. That is policy example, where we can actually see the examples, how we can define the things. And here is the entire documentation which is being given for us for the reference purpose, right? Okay. So yeah, let's go back and generate the policy. Okay, I'll click on policy generator. Okay, and here we need to select the type of policy. So the policy here we are using is for, it is basically S3 bucket policy. Okay, now what effect do you want to do? Basically, we want the user to click on this specific URL and should be able to view the image. So what we are going to do, we want the user to allow to access the object, and it should be a get method, right? So allow, okay, and then the principal it is asking, right? So you just enter star over here, okay, and then action. So when you click over here, you just need to scroll down and search for get object, because we want the user to access the object, right? Scroll down, get object, right? And then it is asking for Amazon resource name ARN. Now, where do I find ARN? Go back, okay? When you go back here, you'll find the ARN over here. Copy the ARN, paste it, followed by slash and star, because this is the bucket name, all right? And after that, whatever is coming, we want it to allow for them. Click on add statement and then click on generate policy. And as you can see, the policy has been generated, right? Copy this entire thing, go back to bucket and paste it over here. Now, once done, click on save changes. Now we have enabled the public access. We have generated the policies, which is over here. Now, if I go back again and I refresh the page, you should be able to see the image publicly, right? Even if you try to open it on the incognito tab, it should be able to, you should be able to view it, right? So that was the practical demonstration how we can actually enable public access, how we can generate a policy, all right? And yeah, as you can see, the image is now, we are able to view it, right? Now, let us go back and check how we can delete the bucket, because there is one thing that I wanted to point out, right? And that is, how do we delete the bucket? So if you are someone who is directly trying to delete the bucket without emptying the bucket, you won't be able to do that. Why? Let's do that. Click on delete and I'll just type the bucket name. It is not allowing me to do that. For that, it is saying that you should delete the object before deleting the bucket. So I'll just click on empty bucket, okay, and then you need to type permanently delete and then click on empty. Now, as you can see, the object has been deleted, okay, and then click on exit. Now if you go inside, there is no object present, right? There is no CKI JPG image present. Now I go back, and then now I am going to delete my bucket. Oops. Okay, and now it's time to delete the bucket. Click here and then delete, type the name of the bucket, and we are good to go. All right, I hope you found this demonstration fruitful, where we learn multiple things about S3, right? See you in the next one.